Hello everybody, it's Claire with another art journal video. So today I'm working on the back of a cutout page. As you can see on the left there's some hearts from a previous page, and I'm starting off with carnation, and I'm using some of the Growing Things collage tissue paper from Dina Wakley. So you can see that I'm sticking these in, but I'm using the paint as a glue. This is a great way to get those background pieces in, so you can still see the detail from the collage paper, but you were getting some colour down as well. This is a really fun thing to do. So this isn't, I can't claim credit for this. This is something that Dina Wakley does, and it's a great idea. It's a good way to get that interest down and get some colour there too. So you can see that I've added some pieces in, and now I'm just adding some paint onto those hearts on the left hand side. Just getting some interest there, and then I'm just going to go and fill in some more of those spaces. So just building up those layers. Okay, so once that was dry, I then went in with the Squoval stencil, also from Dina Wakley, and mixed a little bit of a darker pink in with that carnation and made this pretty pink here. And I'm just adding some of this stenciling across the page. And then I'm using my favourite pink, Permanent Red Violet Light from Amsterdam Acrylic, and I'm just adding some colour to those hearts just to make those stand out so they're a bit different from the rest of the page. This is a stencil called Shape Mashup. It's also from Dina Wakley Media. Just adding a little bit of stenciling onto the page too. So starting to build up those layers. Next I'm going in with this Stampers Anonymous text stamp and adding some black stamping on there using the black archival ink. So using the Posca, oh my goodness me, I can't speak. Using the Posca pen and then outlining those hearts and just helping those to pop out from the background. Just kind of drawing a bit of attention to those really, as they are there as a ready-made point of interest. So this stamp set is definitely one of my favourites at the minute. It's called You Are the Universe. It's a Dina Wakley one, of course, and using the black archival ink again. So I'm stamping these in place, and then once that ink's dry, then going in with some black paint, black acrylic paint, and just painting in those figures. I wanted them to be a bit more of a focal point than just with the outline. These long-legged people are very cool, aren't they? Quite abstract, but I do like that. So then I'm using some black paint on my wet brush, and I'm just adding a little bit of some shadows at the bottom just to ground those figures so that they're not kind of floating off the page. And then I'm going around them using the Signo Uniball in white, and I think you can see it's not really behaving very well. I've got one or two that don't behave very well. Sometimes that's just how they are. It might have been that the paint wasn't quite dry enough, I'm not sure. But I don't worry about it, it doesn't matter. It just gives it more of a sketchy look if they're being a bit naughty. So next I'm going in and adding some white dots onto these hearts. I just love the way that this breaks up the background and adds another layer of interest. As you know, this is something that I do quite a lot. Yeah, I just like how it looks. I've just noticed I've also added some white circles. I've used an old paintbrush tube to just print those white circles onto the background. I've added some journaling onto the figures and some journaling onto the page as well. And then I'm printing these quotes, which came from another stamp set, which is called I Am, and I'm stamping these onto some craft cardstock, and I'm going to be sticking those onto the page, just using a glue stick to add those in place. And then the next thing that I do is just cover over those figures and just add some splatters using some syrup gloss spray. That's kind of just to work with the craft paper that I've just added the quotes on. And then I'm just adding some white outlines onto those hearts on the left hand side. And then a shadow using the pit marker pen, which is great for smudging, just down the left hand side of these figures. I love the way this makes them look. It kind of softens the edges a bit, but gives them a bit of dimension too. And that is it. That is the finished page. So you can see lots of fun with loads of layers on that page, but it creates a really pretty background there. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.